Hello, interesting people. Let's talk about why your New Year's resolutions didn't make it till February. Now, first of all, there's no shame in making resolutions that don't end up working out. It is really very difficult to jump in and try to change your life just because it happens to be a special day of the year. And that is hard for anybody, but it's especially difficult for people with ADHD or other types of neurodivergent identities. Why? Well, neurodivergent people tend to be creatures of routine, not habit. What does that mean? What's the difference? Well, a habit is something that you just do almost without thinking. Kind of like your brain doesn't need to be in gear for your body to do it anyway. For a lot of people, this could be like, I get up in the morning and I go right to the coffee pot and I start coffee. That could be something that you do without even thinking about it because it is a routine. Now, for a lot of neurodivergent people, they might do the same thing. They might get up and go make a pot of coffee, but for them, it's not because their brain and their body would do it automatically. It's because that's the routine that they have established. And that is something that makes it very difficult when you are looking at adding in something new. That's also a reason why neurodivergent people tend to have so much trouble when their daily schedule gets thrown off or their routine changes, is because that small change can have a domino effect that affects your entire day. And depending upon what you're doing or what you're working on, it could go broader than that. So it is really, really important to think about that when you're thinking of resolutions, is thinking, how do I make this part of my routine as opposed to just saying, I'm going to do this every single day and make it a habit? So let's talk about exercising. For example, let's say your New Year's resolution was to do 30 minutes of intentional movement a day. And so you might write that out and think, okay, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to find time to do that every day. That is where you start to get into trouble. Instead of approaching it that way, think about it as, how am I going to incorporate 30 minutes of intentional movement into my day every day, or the days that you want to do it, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you need to look at your routine for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and figure out, how am I going to follow the mechanics of making this happen? So when are you going to get your clothes together? When are you going to get your shoes on? When are you going to exercise and where? Are you going to just clean your apartment vigorously? Are you going to run around the house? Are you going to go to a gym? Think these things through so that you can really have a good understanding of how what you're going to do will fit into the flow of your day and into that routine. That routine has got to be something that is repeatable in each scenario that you're looking at. Because if you just magically think that exercising for 30 minutes a day will fit itself into your routine, it's not going to happen for you. So making it part of your routine is key. The next thing that I tend to see with my clients is that they will come to me with a list of 5 or 10 resolutions of things that they want to do differently. This also happens when they start a new coaching engagement. And one of the first things we need to do is get that list down to one thing that they are going to work on first. Because while you certainly can tackle that entire list over a period of time, you can't do more than one new thing at a time. If you're starting a new job, then probably really getting fiscally detailed is probably going to take a little bit of a back seat because you have to just get into the habit of going to that new job. Even if it's only a week, you need time to develop that routine and then you can add something else. If it's something like exercising that you're going to add into your routine, then maybe things like taking a class or reading more nonfiction or anything else, those are going to need to wait until your routine is set with that exercise incorporated. We tend to focus on all of the things that we want to change about ourselves, and we sort of hope that maybe tomorrow we'll wake up and just be a brand new person, but that is just not how it works. So make it a part of your routine and focus on one new addition to that routine at a time. And you know what? Who cares if your resolutions happen at New Year's or not? Make a February resolution, make a July resolution. As long as you are taking the steps that make you feel good about how you are moving forward in your life, then that's really a success, and it doesn't matter when you tackle it. And coaching, of course, can be a great resource for you for issues like this. You can always reach out to me at coachjessicamichaels.com to schedule a free coaching session. If you do have any suggestions or questions for your fellow neurodivergents, please put them in the comments and we can generate some great discussion. And if there's anything else you want me to talk about in these videos, just mention it in the comments and maybe your suggestion will be our next video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.